Hey everyone, welcome back to another lab walkthrough video. This video is going to be talking about the moles of chalk lab. Now, the whole point of this lab is we're going to take a piece of chalk, use it, and then figure out how many moles of chalk we actually used. So again, what you should remember is that 1 mole is 6.02 times 10 to the 23 particles. So let's see how many we actually used, or how many moles, and then you can actually figure out the number of particles that we used. So again, we got a short little bit of background information. Next, we're going to calculate the molar mass, or the gram formula mass. So that's the mass of the entire formula. You're going to need your periodic table. And for this, we're going to round our masses to the nearest whole number. Now we're going to use the table T. So that's the last page in the reference table. And that is going to give you the formula that can help you with mole calculations. Now, you may have seen it a different way in class. There are a few different ways to approach these types of questions, but there is also a formula on table T. So if you haven't been aware of that, now you are. Okay, so getting into the hands-on part of it. So what you're going to find at your station for this part of the lab is a bin with chalk, an eraser, and a weighboat, a scale, whether it's this or the other one that we have, and a small chalkboard. So the first thing you're going to want to do is turn on your scale and throw a weighboat on it. Now you want it to say 0 with that on it because we don't really care about the mass of the boat. Though we do want to make sure that we are measuring in grams, so we want to make sure it's pointing to that G. So again, if it doesn't say 0, just hit that 0. If it's not pointing to the G, just click that mode button. So then next thing you're going to do is take a piece of chalk and record the initial mass of it. So right now this says about 5.6 grams. Write that down in your lab and then put that off to the side. Next thing you're going to do is draw whatever kind of picture you want. Okay, so once you're happy with your picture, doesn't matter what you draw, we want to figure out how many moles of chalk did we use to create our wonderful picture. So what you're going to do is bring back that scale. Again, make sure it says 0 and throw the chalk back in there. Now my chalk is weighing in at 5.3 grams. That's going to be our final mass. So then what you're going to do, subtract those two, find the mass of chalk used, and then convert that to moles. And then that is it. For cleanup, what you're going to do is put the chalk back into your bin, put the weighboat back in there, and close it up. Turn off your scale, make sure it is off. And then before you put this away, say goodbye to your creation and give it a lovely erase. Things may get a little chalk dusty. That comes with the nature of the territory. But that is it. Have fun. Now, once you've done all this, so you've written down your initial mass, your final, and you figured out your mass of chalk used, so this is final minus initial. In case you weren't sure, you'll be able to figure out how many moles of chalk that you needed. So that's where this is. So you're going to take this mass that you're measured and convert that to moles. So you're going to need the molar mass, which you calculated above. And then if you wanted to quickly sketch what the picture was, that is cool. If you leave this part blank, it is okay, depending on what your teacher says. Now that's your information. Now you're going to then get the data from at least 2 other students at your table. So get their numbers, convert them, do the conversions yourself. And then if you wanted to quickly sketch what they did as well, that is cool. Lastly, you have 3 different conclusion questions based on stuff that you saw in the lab and just using your knowledge of life and chemistry. And that is pretty much it. Have fun.